Today, I'm gonna make chicken with vegetables and a white cream sauce. It's delicious and you're gonna love it just as much as I do. Let's get cooking. The first thing I'm gonna do is I have my boneless, skinless chicken thighs, okay? And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to salt it with salt, season it with salt and pepper, both sides. You could use with the bone, this is skinless. You could definitely use the bone-in chicken thigh, which that's one of my favorite pieces of chicken. But if you do, which is fine, if that's all you have at home, you would just have to cook it longer. Make sure it's completely cooked inside, because we're gonna be cooking this completely. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put some grapeseed oil in the pan with a butter. Once the butter has melted, which it has, we're gonna put in these chicken breasts. If you had skin, which you can, because it always tastes really good with skin, the skin would go down first. I've actually done this with skin and it's really nice. So what we're trying to do is brown these and cook them at the same time. So I have it on a high heat first. Put it on a high heat. And then we can lower it afterwards. Okay? So that's what we do first. Let me take this out of the way. So it's on the high heat. The next things we're gonna do when we're gonna wait till that cooks. So that's gonna take, I don't know, maybe 8 minutes on one side, turn it over, 8 minutes on the other, because I really want this completely cooked. What else I do is I have a sprig of thyme, fresh thyme from my garden. I got twine, so it's a bouquet, and I got some twine because I don't have, I usually tie it with different types of herbs, but I didn't have anything, so I did it with twine. This is cooking twine. So I'm gonna add it here for flavor, all right? Now, it's really important that you check your flavors always. I'm a flavor person, I love flavor. So if the thyme is not enough flavor, you can certainly just use dry thyme or both. I'm going to lower it a little and show you what I'm going to do next. So now what I'm doing, I'm going to turn it around and see if it's ready on the other side. Okay. Can you see that? I put the thyme and I spread the butter and the olive oil, or grapeseed oil in my case, all over. And so once it's high and you get the nice markings, brown marking, you bring it down and you just cook it. Make sure it's cooked completely. In the meantime, what we're gonna do, I've already cut up my vegetables. So I've julienned these vegetables and I'm gonna show you how to julienne a vegetable. Okay, so here's zucchini. All right. And what I do is I cut off the ends. I split it in half. I get one side and I slice one side of the zucchini to make it flat. And then I start to slice in nice thick slices. Not too thin and not too thick. Thick enough. Then I get 3 of them at a time. And now I cut them. Okay, they're julienne. See? There you go. Now, this is actually 2 zucchinis. If this is too much, then you can always use 1 or 1.5. But these are 2 zucchinis. So it looks like the chicken is pretty much ready. So I'm going to take it out of the pan one by one. See? Beautiful. Beautifully cooked. Lovely. Lovely. Now, in the same pan, and I'm going to pull out my thyme. In the same pan, this is when you add the shallots. Shallots are small onions, and they're sweeter than regular onions. Now, if you don't have shallots at home, just use onions. What we're doing here is we put it in the same pan, and I want to get it caramelized. So we caramelize this, and I'm going to add about 2 garlics. You can add more. I'm going to add about 2. Maybe I'm going to save a little for for something else. But 2 garlics, okay? 2. So 1 shallot, 1 big shallot, chopped up, and garlic, finely minced. And what we're looking is for caramelization. Okay, so as you can see, it's caramelizing. So this is the time where I'm going to add my vegetables. So here go my juliennes, all this. Mix this. And I'm going to add my mushrooms. Now, let me tell you about mushrooms. So mushroom is going to absorb my butter and the oil, and it's going to become kind of a little dry down there. But if you add salt right now, it will release all the moisture in the mushrooms, and it'll become saucy again. So that's what I'm going to do. And this is the time you need to add your seasoning, which will be salt and pepper. If you want to add thyme, like dry thyme, perfect. Now, of course, the oil and the butter was infused with thyme, but if you want to add more thyme just to get more of the flavor, I would add more thyme, but probably dry. So you salt this. And pepper. Now, just to let you know, I have a salt box. I use kosher salt. I love kosher salt. I'm used to cooking with kosher salt. I like it because a little goes a long way. It gives a really nice flavor versus the one that we grew up in with that blue thing. I think I don't even use that for cooking. Don't even use it for cooking. Maybe you need it for baking, but this is it. Also, sea salt. Sea salt is healthier. So I'm not used to sea salt. I do use it, but I've been so used to kosher, I know the exact amount I need. I will be eventually switching more to sea salt, but I like kosher for now. Sea salt's healthier. Okay? And I would recommend this dish. You need to try it. You need to try it for every step, because if you don't want bland chicken over bland vegetable. Let me try one and see. Okay, needs flavor. Oh wait. Okay, I'm not going to put salt, but I will put pepper. And you know what? I ran out of dry thyme, so I will use herb de Provence. Why? Because there's thyme in here. This is all I have. I didn't know, but I ran out of thyme. Okay, so I just want flavored vegetables. Okay, let's try it again. Yay! When everything comes together, I have to dance. I do a little juggle. Jiggle, not juggle. Well, probably juggle too. Jiggle and juggle. Excellent. Okay. So now this is ready. I'm going to put this in this bowl. So, do this. Okay. Now, got this pan, so this is, look at this. Oh, it's hot. See? Okay. So, next, I need to deglaze the pan. So, before I deglaze, I want to add I will add some oil to that, just a little. I normally don't do this, but I kind of want my sauce to have some garlic, some crushed red pepper. Now, this dish, you can leave it there. You can say dinner's ready and just have the chicken and the vegetables, and that's it. But let's go another step. Okay? So, I'm adding garlic and crushed red pepper, and I'm going to deglaze my pan with white wine, dry white wine. Okay, now I'm going to bring up the heat and deglaze. And what happens is that all that yummy flavors from the chicken and the vegetables and the butter, you got to just bring it out. You got to take it out and just get it off the pan. There's a lot of yum flavors in this pan. So we're deglazing. Now, how will I know when it's ready? The alcohol will absorb, and you will see that I put maybe a half a cup in, and it will go down to, well, I don't know, I'll probably lose half of that. All right, so as you can see, I hope you can see, it's deglazed, it's reduced. So this is the time when I add my whipping cream. This is how you make sauce. This is another staple in my home. I always have whipping cream here in my home because I use this to make cream sauces for my pastas, for my chicken. I do reduce it because it is cream, so I will reduce. And I mix. And I have the correct seasoning. So what I'm going to do is I need to add more salt. Pepper. And I'm going to add more of this. Like again, I don't have time, so I will add herb de Provence. Okay, this is looking really good. Let me get my plate out. I turned it off, and this is how I'm going to plate it. I get my vegetables. All right, so here are my vegetables. Then I get my chicken. I get my chicken. I cut it diagonal. Well, it came off the bone, see? And I will kind of stack it like this, like that. And I will pour the sauce over it all. And that's it. And this is my chicken with vegetables in a white cream sauce. I hope you make it. It's delicious. Bon appetit. You want this one? Mm-hmm. Okay.